Hello and welcome. I'm Paraceline. Welcome to my channel. This will be the first of many tarot videos. Today we have a pick a card. I have three pre-shuffled piles here for you. The first one is a lovely Tibetan smoky quartz. The second is a clear green fluorite. And the third is a piece of bismuth. So go ahead and you can pause this video, take a moment to focus on which crystal or which pile resonates with you the most, and I will be listing a timestamp below to forward to your place in the video. So with that, like I said, go ahead, take your time, and I'll see you in a minute. Hello and welcome, pile number one. If you picked this beautiful smoky Tibetan quartz, this is your spread. So let's get right into it. So off the bat, I hope you guys are okay. I really do. The first thing that I noticed is that this spread was really difficult to shuffle. Very difficult to shuffle. There was a lot of resistance. I've used this deck many times myself and other people. It was really hard to make the cards budge. Some of my cards were kind of like getting bent. Like one of them got bent at the corner here. I've never had that happen before. I did have a very intense energy feeling from this reading too. Like I felt like I got a very, very deep look into your person, even to the point where I was getting visuals of like what this person may look like, and I'll get more into that. And I did not have that much detail from the other spread, so there's a lot of intense energy going on here, and I almost feel like this is most likely a twin flame relationship. I'm sorry if you hate hearing that word. You probably have stumbled on that a few times. And so have I, so you're not alone. I'm very familiar with the feeling, but yeah, so let's get into this. And I did this one a little bit different too than the others. Like I decided to use two tarot decks. I usually don't. I usually just use one. And up here I got a top of the energy card, top energy of the deck card, and a bottom energy of the deck. So there's like a kind of shadow and like a higher self kind of version here. And I did not do this for the others. I have it displayed here on this holder. So first off, I'll just say that your person is very closed off. I feel like you are probably so tired of crying, or you're so tired of this emotional turbulence that you feel constantly because of this person. I feel like you're probably feeling, sorry, one second. I feel like you probably feel desperate for answers, because this person is so poor at communication. But the thing is that you know how deep this person is. This person is probably highly intuitive. I do these readings for like they're pretty much for the most part like genderless, like in my view of them, but like I feel like I'm reading this for a male. Like I feel like the person you're inquiring about is a male. I felt like this is a male who kind of has like a dark and mysterious energy, and not dark in a negative way, because like, to be completely honest, like my energy is kind of dark. I feel like there's a lot of strength in the darkness, you know? It's kind of like, I'm talking about like shadow work. I'm not talking about like you're bad or like an evil person. Like some people just like have a deep and like darker like thing about them. So I get where that person's coming from with that. It's just like somebody, whatever, we'll get into that. But I feel like this is a male. I feel like this is a male with dark features, darker hair, maybe keeps it slightly longer, like not too long, like not short either. Like that's just kind of the visual I got. And if that does not apply to you, like it doesn't have to. And if it does, that's great. That's just like double clarification that this is the right pile for you. But this person is This person's very deep and very, very, very guarded, and I feel like they're running away from this relationship, pulling away a lot, and I feel like it's very confusing for you because I feel like you go through these phases with this person where it seems like they're all in and you're having this very, very beautiful and highly spiritual experience, and then all of a sudden they kind of just go on a hiatus. That's what I was seeing with the Hermit card. Like from the Moon card, I don't necessarily feel like that's about you. As a matter of fact, I kind of got a little bit of a difficult time like getting the feel of like you, the viewer, like what you're really like. And I feel like the reason is because a lot of your focus right now is just all on this person, not so much on yourself, which don't feel ashamed. We all do that or go through phases doing that in our life, and we'll pull some oracle later on to like help you out with that. But yeah, totally relate. This person is, you could see how deep this person is. You've heard this person say some things that kind of like blow their spot up a little bit, like show you that they're actually deep and capable of like really emotional thinking and like skilled like emotional processing. And I think it's a disappointment to you that they're not able to share that with you a little more, or that you feel like this isn't going anywhere, and it's hurtful that they go on this hiatus. So I get that with the Hermit. And we have double Hermit here. Like the shadow side of this reading, like the bottom card of the deck energy was Hermit. So we got double Hermit here, which is showing like a lot of isolation, a lot of like brooding, very serious person. And then we have the King of Cups here too in reverse. So that shows me that, well, I'll start by saying that the King of Cups upright would be somebody, it would be usually a male figure, somebody with like a male energy that is like very open emotionally, like wise with their emotions, like is not afraid to share emotion, but still kind of has like, you know, still is able to hold like a position of power. Like they're not like over dramatic, like melodramatic like that. But because this is in reverse, like I'm kind of seeing that this person either breaks down a lot very easily, maybe has a tendency to like lash out on you or others a little bit because of their turbulent emotions. And I also think that this person is a bit emotionally stunted. I also got the feeling that this person probably has a lot of like trauma in their life too. I feel like they're very secretive, but you know, like I mentioned before, very deep and intuitive. And I also, it was really weird too, because when I started the beginning of this reading and I just pulled these like first 5 cards here, I got this very, very like warm sensation. So I feel like this person has a warmth to them, like either physically, like they just run kind of hot, or like there's just kind of like this warm comfort when this person's around. Like I feel like, you know, I tend to feel like the people that are very deep and kind of like secret and mysterious and like, you know, like they have like a way about them that's kind of like cuddly and warm, and it feels like an eternal blanket. So this person might make you feel safe in that way, even though like it's kind of like an abyss that you get lost in a little bit. So with the sun here too, what I see is that this person sees you as their source of happiness, and I think that you also kind of feel that way about them, which it could kind of cause like codependent habits and relationships. Again, like nothing judgmental here, like this is all stuff that I would not be talking about if I felt like I didn't experience it myself. I'm here to share my experience and knowledge, not here to judge anybody. But yeah, I feel like this person relies on you as a source of strength and happiness, and that might actually put a lot of pressure on you. And then I think too that when this person's down and out and they're in their isolation phases, like you probably turn to them as like a source of happiness too. Like you see this person as your son, they see you as their son. They might have even said that to you too, like, you know, you're kind of like a sunshine for them. And it's not really wrong to have that, like, you know, like, but I feel like the presence of the sun also shows up because, like, first of all, if you're even capable of seeing that in another person, it means that you have it already, you know? So this person is capable of pulling themselves up, being their own source of energy. And I feel that way about you too, you know, like, and I think that this person sees, I think this person knows deep inside too. Like, it's funny because with the sun card here and this reading specifically, I felt like this sun card was a doorway to just so many things. And one of the things that I also felt was that this person sees the potential. They know deep inside that they have that potential to like have that happy ending with you, and for whatever reason, I feel like they're just running away. And I'm gonna try to like look a little more into that. We do have the Three of Wands here, so with that kind of shows me a theme of loss and self-pity, and difficult to change paths. It's difficult for this person to change paths, and I mean, that's really like all I could get out of it, you know? Like, I don't know this person personally. Like, I'm trying to get an intuitive reading on them. But like I said, like, this was one of the decks that was really closed off. This person does not want to be seen and heard in those ways. They do not want a cry for help necessarily, like, where they get real answers. This person kind of, to be honest with you, this person kind of just wants to sit in their crap. They kind of just want to sit in it for a while. I think they're the kind of person that like doesn't like to get help and kind of likes to figure things out all by themselves. And to be completely honest with you, do I personally think that that's a healthy way to solve anything? Not always. I really don't. I think, yeah, sometimes like it is good to like not be needy and like be able to like figure things out for yourself. But like, we can't do this without each other. We can't. Well, that's my opinion. And I I just feel like it's not your job to try to be that support for them. Like, you don't have to be that character and like be this source of strength to like pull them out of something or make them realize something. Like, they have to realize this stuff on their own. And that's why I see the Death card here too. Like, the Death card is not necessarily like at this moment this person is going through a transformation, or maybe they are, but the Death card is like, it's like a suggestion. Sorry, I just like burped. This is a suggestion, like, where this needs to go for them in order for things to work. And because it's most likely a twin flame relationship, like, there's always like a runner and a chaser, and then like it switches. Like, sometimes those can work out and like sometimes they don't, but it's really up to that one person who's like really resisting to go through the major changes that they need, and that kind of like self-awakening, that self-realization. And the thing is that with a twin flame relationship, you most absolutely cannot be the person to fix them. That is not the purpose of a twin flame relationship. The purpose of it is basically like two souls, like, that are actually one. Like, you're kind of trying to come together, like you're trying to figure things out, like resolve like past karma and stuff like that. And like, if it happens naturally that they do come together, it is like a wonderful, beautiful thing, but it doesn't always happen. And often with like twin flame relationships too, like, you immediately feel some kind of like very like strong, intense kinship, or like you've known this person for a very long time, and because you feel like you know this person inside out, it feels like you can solve their problems, but you just can't. You can't. So I mean, if you'd like, you could also look further into that term too, like twin flame relationships. I've looked up a lot about it myself. There's some things that I don't remember like off the top of my head. It's been a little while, but it definitely resonates with me, and I hope it resonates with you too. Yeah, I mean, and then I'll just go back to this quick, like, because I didn't really acknowledge like why I'm seeing the King of Pentacles in reverse here. This is what also kind of like validates like that this person is living in a space of loss. This person is living in a headspace of trauma, loss, you know, not grounded, worrying very often, probably can be a stick in the mud, you know, probably goes from being like, this relationship probably goes from being like spiking and like very spiritual and like, oh my god, like, how is this happening, this is unreal and amazing, and then goes to like stick in the mud, and then goes to isolating, a lot of self-pity, like stuff like that. And also, I feel like this person might have a tendency to be a little possessive, and I think it confuses you. I think you might feel like, hey, like, why are you possessive? But then, like, you're MIA for a while, and it's confusing for you, you know? But that's just coming from, like, a place of insecurity for them, because they do live in the self-pity, because they are, like, you know, living in a headspace of, like, the reverse King of Pentacles, like, that is a place of lack. The King of Pentacles reversed would be, like, somebody who just has abundance, and abundance doesn't mean, like, oh, you're a millionaire, you have all the money in the world, but it means, like, you're not living in a place of lacking, like, you are living in a place of gratitude, like, you feel like you have everything that you need, and, this person doesn't feel like that, so it's kind of showing it's, like, not a direct reflection of you, like, no matter what you were, or what was going on, this person nothing would be enough. They don't feel like anything is enough right now. They feel like there's so many things that they should have right now, and it's not your job to fix them. And to be honest, like, I don't want to keep focusing on them, you know? Like, it kind of seems like there's just nothing to be said there, you know? This is kind of just where they're at, and they don't really have the ability to tell you that, because they're trying to figure it out themselves too. So don't take the isolating personally. Don't take the secretiveness personally. You can be, you are still a source of happiness to them. Like, they still see you for what you are, and you're not crazy. Like, this is as deep as you think it is too. It's just hard for them to transition into that. But I don't think it necessarily has to be all doom and gloom. I'm not saying it could never work. It's just, right now where things are, like, it can't work until you let go. You know, like, I think that sometimes, like, it's so corny, that expression, like, if you love it, let it go. Like, it's kind of like one of those situations right now. If you really love it, let it go. Focus on you. And letting it go doesn't mean that, like, oh, you need to go and jump to someone else, or, like, make them jealous or anything. Like, they don't have to feel like, oh, they lost you. Like, I think that, like, if you're capable of, like, having the compassion and maturity to be like, hey, like, I'm still your friend, like, I have boundaries, I'm here for when you need me sometimes, but, like, I'm not gonna just, like, be there on beck and call, like, I'm not obsessed or anything, you know, like, that could probably help things out. Sorry about that. So, and you did get in the reading, the top energy of this deck was the High Priestess. I love this picture of her. This is actually a deck from a local artist. I will put a list of the decks that I used in the description. But you got the High Priestess here. Basically, the High Priestess is a person, a female figure who is extremely intuitive. She's extremely spiritual. She's the High Priestess, you know? So, like, this is all stuff that you know. I have 100% confidence that you might even have some kind of, like, psychic ability, or you might even do tarot reading yourself. Like, you're probably a lot like myself. And I think you kind of just needed that reminder of, like, hey, like, I'm not crazy, like, this is not in my head. Like, we all need that reminder, especially people that are, like, empaths, or, like, you know, like, read people really well, or, like spiritual women. I feel like often, I feel like because we have a lot of compassion, we often get lost in that, and sometimes you need somebody to help pull you out. So I feel you, I understand this, and I hope that you can find some resolve in this, but I would like to pull an oracle card for you. Actually, I want to use two. So this one I really like. I feel like you'll like it too. So this one is actually called the Sacred Earth Oracle. Let's see. Okay, pile 3. What does your higher self want you to know? What does your higher self want you to know about the current situation? Or what does your higher self want you to know about yourself? What does pile 3's higher self want to say? I feel like it's giving a sign to take that one. patterns. Yeah, patterns. Like this is a pattern. This is a pattern. I feel like this is a pattern for you with this person. It might be a pattern for them. Also, like, I feel like I think you're higher. I'm trying not to focus on them too much. Like, forget them. Like, not really. Like, you get what I mean. Like, let's, like, just make it about you, because that's not fair, you know? Like, you give this person a lot of attention and a lot of energy, and I feel like you're not getting enough in return. Like, now I feel like your big sister. Like, I feel protective of you. So this is just, your higher self is telling you to recognize the pattern. That's pretty much it. Your higher self is telling you, don't get lost in patterns. Patterns are things that either are positive or negative, and it's up to you to decide that. And they are things like habits that we can break. And ooh, I don't know if you could hear that. There's an ice cream truck. But patterns are something that we can actually, we could change them. Like, we can make new patterns, like new healthy patterns. And I want to give you one more too. Like, let's see what comes out here. And then I'm going to do another oracle deck for you as well. Let's see, what does Pile 3's higher self want them to know? What does Pile 3's higher self want them to know, Spirit? What does Pile 3's higher self want them to know? Fragments. I feel like this is about I feel like this is about putting the pieces back together for yourself. I feel like like I said, I just feel like you're both very, very spiritual people. I didn't really get this feeling from the last piles. Not that I think anybody coming to these is like obviously in a spiritual state, but it's just like those people were not in the current moment of having like a highly spiritual relationship. Like, this is like a divine connection, and I feel like there's probably past lives involved in this too. Like, you're having, or you have probably felt like that. Like I said, you probably felt like you knew this person in a past life. I feel like there's fragments of you in this that you kind of like need to look at and like call your energy back. I feel like I could talk to you like that too. Like, sometimes I feel like there's certain phrases that I say where like, there's like a language that I'll use with certain people, and I feel like you get what I'm trying to say. And if you don't, you could go ahead and leave a comment, you know, leave something in the comments, give me feedback, tell me if I stink. I just want to get a clarification on that too. Fragments. Patterns, fragments, and that sounds like, it just sounds very similar to, like, this is a very, very spiritual connection, and I feel like you will be doing a service to this person if you're able to back off a little bit. Not that you're doing anything wrong, or it's like, I don't want to use that phrase like you gotta back off, but it's like, if you back off for yourself a little bit and take a step back, I feel like it's gonna do this person like a lot of service for your connection, like for the two of you. I feel like this person just needs time to reflect. And I don't think this person is as big of a jerk as you might think they are sometimes. I think they're just a little sad. They're a little damaged. I think they got, you know what it is, and I'm not even gonna lie, like, I'm attracted to that kind of person too, but like when I started looking into that, I was like, this is giving sad boy energy. It's giving sad boy energy, and that's okay. That's okay. We love a sad boy. Is it good for our spiritual growth? No, not always, but sad boys, like, they're like us. They're like sad girls that get better, so. Or sad people that get better, I should say. Give me one more clarification. I'm not using this one. Let's move on to something else. I feel like, ooh, sorry. I want to use the goddess. the Goddess Oracle. Okay, Spirit, can you help Pile 3's higher self give us a message through this Goddess Oracle? What does Pile 3's higher self want them to know? Oh, you got Rhiannon. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So yeah, I think that you know exactly what to do. I think that you are a natural manifester. I think you're a natural sorceress. You're definitely a witch, whatever you want to call it, intuitive, psychic, or medium. I get that feeling, and I think that it's hard for you at times to like separate your energy from theirs. And I know it's difficult. I know you could do it. I think this is your reminder of your higher self telling you like you can do it. I'm telling you I believe in you. I'm telling you I relate. I connect. And yeah, that's beautiful. I think that's all I got for this. Actually, you know what? One more. Let's do a mermaid message. Okay. Mermaid messages. You got voyage, set sail on a new course, reflect, peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back, and determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide. It will soon recede. See, this is kind of like, I feel like this is like just a confirmation on what I said about letting go. Voyage, set sail on a new course, like, and the new course is just kind of like focusing on yourself, like not having an expectation of how things should go. Also having like a clear version in your head of like what positive things like you want to happen for yourself, you know, like we're not focusing on other people. Reflect, peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back, like just giving life a chance, just giving things a chance, you know, like you might see some new beauty and new inspiration. Like this should even go there, honestly. Like you're going on a voyage, right? And then like you're reflecting and you're just like on that course, like you're just seeing like what's out there, and then the determination to not be afraid of the tide, you know, not be afraid of like things, rough waters, you know, is a better analogy to say for that. But things will soon calm down as soon as we're able to keep the focus on ourselves. And with that, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please make sure to give it a like. If you have any feedback to leave in the comments, you can go ahead and do that as well. Or if you have any suggestions for topics I should do for my next pick a card video, you can go ahead and leave it in there, and subscribe if you like this, please. It really helps. And thank you for watching. Hi Pile 2, if you picked the green fluorite here, this beautiful Chinese green fluorite, this is your spread. So first off, you're cute. You just got a cute personality. I really like the energy that I was feeling when I tapped in to pull this collective reading. And I thought it was cute that like I was drawn to the Nightmare for Christmas tarot too, and I didn't want to just do like all TV shows or like movies and stuff, but I also felt drawn to use the Rupaul tarot. And I just like this, like you and your person, I feel like you have a really fun energy, like you're just a cutie. I love that. So also when I was shuffling these cards too, like I just had a really easygoing, like flowy kind of experience like shuffling these cards. Like one of the piles that I did, the piles were just when I'm shuffling the cards, it was resisting really hard. Like the cards were sticking, they were just like not budging. I've shuffled these cards a million times, like I use them on my friends, like I never have a problem. Like this stuff does just not want to come out. Like I feel like whatever I feel when I'm shuffling these cards is usually a reflection of like the energy of the person, like where they're at, like who I'm doing the reading for. So yeah, like you're really easygoing, go with the flow, and the energy that you had, it was helping me, because the reading that I did before, I just felt like things were a little like wound up, a little tight, a little stressed. So I really liked this. I also, before I even decided to use the Rupaul tarot deck, I got the feeling from these first few cards that this is possibly, and it doesn't need to be everybody, but this is possibly an LGBTQ plus relationship. Love that. So yeah, let's move on. So first off, I just want to say that if you're on this tarot video, like kind of trying to figure out like which, in most cases, this is what people are looking for. Is the relationship going to work? Yes, it has the potential to work out. This 100% has the potential to work out. So your person, from what I'm seeing, this is a highly, highly skilled person. I feel like your person, like the Magician card, is somebody that can just like manifest anything, like if they put their mind to it. And maybe this person is not even into like the whole idea of like manifesting. Like I don't even think they know what they're doing. You just have observed that this is the type of person where when they want something, they decide it very quickly and they kind of just make it happen. I think that this person has like constant ideas, constant like new things to bring to the table, and I think sometimes that might stress you out a little bit. I also see that I feel like the main energy of this relationship is strength, which is great. I feel like you both bring a lot of strength to each other. I feel like you find the courage to move on through each other. This person definitely loves you. I feel like this is probably most likely not a new beginning in a relationship. I feel like you guys have been together for a bit. And even if you haven't been together for like a year or something, like this is the type of relationship where like very quickly, like things got serious and you pretty much figured out that like you were a team off the bat. And also we have the Empress here, which I feel like it probably reflects the person that chose this pile, not your person you're inquiring about. Or maybe it does, but the Empress, you got it twice here too. Oh, and you also got the Magician twice here too, so that's also what kind of like tipped me off to say that your person is like super skilled, super crazy, super powered thinker. But anyway, you got the Empress here twice. What does that mean? That means that you're probably a very, very nurturing person, very grounded, very loving. Like you kind of just like have that like motherly, like that eternal mother instinct, and I really like that. And that's probably what brings that strength to this relationship, because this person is the Magician, because this person, you know, is just so skilled at like getting you guys everything you need, making things just work and happen, and because you have that nurturing, loving energy, like it creates this like foundation of strength. And also just to point out too, like the Ten of Presents, like that's the Ten of Pentacles, like that is like that's the goal, you know. I did a reading prior to this too where like that was in reverse because that person wanted to get there with that person, but like you guys have that already. You guys have had that, and I really like that. So also, let's see. Yeah, I just feel like this is a very gentle relationship. It's very nurturing. It's like a I feel like the ideas that your partner has sometimes, you feel like they're a little all over the place with that. I feel like maybe at this time in this relationship right now, probably why you're here is like your person is doing XYZ to like really expedite things, whether or not they're trying to expedite things in your relationship or like push things in their career to go really fast. That's what they're doing, and I feel like you think that their ideas are not always thought out, and you have a right to speak up. You have a right to speak up, and you have a right to turn down offers that seem too good to be true. And that's what I get from like the Ace of Pentacles being there in reverse, like, and the Ace of you have the Ace of Wands Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, which I think that, like, the reason you're probably, I feel like the reason that you probably don't turn down some of their ideas and some of their quick thinking is because you're afraid to kind of come off like a, you know, like a B word, like a total jerk. I'm trying not to get demonetized, like I just started doing this, but anyway, I feel like you're really afraid to kind of shoot them down, you know, so like you kind of take the role of, like, maybe you feel like an enabler a little bit, you know, like, and if, especially, like, if you want a relationship to be serious and, like, you see it going towards, like, you know, like the house, like the marriage, like everything, like you see things going there, like you want to be your most healthiest version for that person, like not just for yourself, but like you want to make sure that you can help keep your partner in line, you know, like that's kind of like, it's not an unrealistic expectation to have that. Like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I kind of expect them to be like, hey, I could, you know, I have the ability to call you out in a kind and concerning way when something needs to be drawn to attention, especially if you guys are a team and you have that strength here, like that's your asset, you know. So yeah, like I'm feeling like there's just some things you want to say and get off your chest, and you're not wrong. You're allowed to do that because the person the Magician here, and also with the Page of Presents, like it's the page of Pentacles, like that is somebody who is constantly like crafting, I don't want to use the word scheming, but like, you know what I mean, like scheming together a plan, like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and like we're gonna have that money, like we're gonna have, like, I'm gonna get you everything you want, and like I'm gonna do this and that, and like it's making you nervous. It kind of seems all over the place, you know. I mean, maybe you guys are even planning a wedding. Maybe you're planning a wedding and like it's starting to really overwhelm you in the direction that this person is taking it. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be a wedding, but like I don't know, like maybe you guys are moving in together or something and taking that step. But yeah, it's a lot for you. So let's see. So pretty much like what Spirit was telling me here too, like with the cups here and everything, is like you could sit down and tell your person, like, because you are the Empress, like it's just funny because like you have this card here being bordered by the Empress and the Magician, so like that's them, that's you, and the situation right here is basically saying like, hey, we can chill out because like we're already here, like you're already living that Ten of Pentacles lifestyle, you already have the foundation, things are gonna work, so we're allowed to take a chill pill, and this conversation is in between the two of you, and you just kind of need to move in and like talk to that person about it with your skills that come from you being the Empress, you know. And then you have the Death in reverse, which is not a bad thing, and I believe that the reason that the Death is in reverse too is because there's no reason for like a huge transformation, you know. Like upright death that's transformation. It could also be like sometimes the reverse too is like a resistance to transformation, but like you're not resisting to transformation, like in this case, like there's just no need for it right now. You're fine where you're at, and I think that maybe this has like a dual meaning, like there's no reason for the transition right now, anything like kind of big, like the death of something for something new to be born. But I feel like this is also in reverse because you may have some hesitation about like having this kind of conversation with your partner, and yeah, and then clarifying with the Wands card over here that you're overwhelmed. You're both overwhelmed, but these dreams could come true. It's totally possible. So I like this one. It's funny. It feels like you guys are very busy. There's a lot going on right now between the two of you. Maybe you guys got a new job or something. I don't know. But I like that. So I'm going to do a oracle card reading for you. Let's see what you got here. I'm just going to shuffle this really quick. So, Pile 3. What does Pile 3's higher self want them to know about this relationship? Or just in general, what does Pile 3's higher self want them to know? What does Pile 3's higher self want them to know? Oh, nice. You got meditation. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Meditation will transport you to a place of bliss at any desired time of the day. So pretty much, I don't know if you guys are already into it, and this is kind of a reminder. Like, I have a feeling that you might as a couple even be just interested in meditation, but I think this is a reminder to just, do your meditations again, you know, like get into like your comfortable place. Like, and for me, meditation, I mean, I have back problems, so like I don't even really like sitting up straight in a position like that on the floor. Like, it can be uncomfortable for me. So like I have a reclining mattress. I'll literally just lay in my reclining mattress, like kind of like put it upright, like have my feet up, and I will not fall asleep, but I'll meditate. I'll put in like some binaural beats or something, and I kind of just like put on a blindfold, like let my imagination go where it needs to go, like let the thoughts pass, and then all my answers come through there. So meditation doesn't need to be exactly like mine, but meditation doesn't need to be a difficult thing. Basically, like there's a lot of comfortable ways you could do it if you are not experienced with it already. But if you are, here's your reminder: go and meditate. Just go and relax. Go meditate under the trees outside if it's a nice day where you are. Maybe meditate together with your partner. I actually do want to give you one more oracle card too. I don't want to just leave it at that. Let's see. Because I also think this energy is so sweet and cute, I really wanted to use this deck for you. So, Spirit, what is Pile 3's higher self trying to say? We're the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. So to me, this is just clarifying the Empress card. It's just telling you, like, remember who you are. Remember you're the Empress. You guys have, I'll also say this too, I feel like you guys have very, very distinct personalities. Like, you know who you are. You know exactly who you are. You got the Empress twice. They got the Magician twice. You know who they are. They know who you are. You guys know yourselves so well. I don't think there's any doubt in your mind. Like, I don't think you ever sit there and question, like, oh my God, who am I? Like, I don't think you, I think you're past the phase of, like, an identity crisis. I think both of you are very, very confident in who you are, which is amazing. And that's probably why I loved this so much. So, like, it's just a reminder. Remember who the hell you are. You got that mother's milk, and you're deep. You bring a sense of deep love and security and strength to this relationship, and you're your best self when you're practicing your meditation. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If there's any kind of specific content or types of readings that you want to see in the future, about like what topics I should do, go ahead and leave that in the comments, and subscribe if you'd like, because there will be more of these readings in the future. Thank you. Hello and welcome. If you picked Pile 3, here is your reading, and you picked the beautiful piece of bismuth here, made by myself. Yes. Yeah, so let's get started. I love this spread, first of all. I really like the energy of this person. You know, as I do these spreads, I take some notes. I take some notes on, like, the general feeling of, like, the person that I'm reading this for, their person. I like both of you, to be honest. So, like, some of the other people, and it's okay, you know, like, think of me like your friend, you know, I care about you, and, you know, like, I'm allowed to have my opinions. Some of the people I'm like, hey, you're cool, but, like, this person you're seeing, not my favorite. I like both of you. So off the bat, I get the feeling that you are probably a Pisces or a Cancer, or like maybe a Scorpio. I don't know. Maybe it's in your chart. I just get the feeling that you're definitely a water sign, or you have a lot of water sign in your chart. I also got the impression that this person who picks this pile is very dreamy. Like, look at this card here. She looks like Ariel. She's beautiful. She's in the water. And it's the moon. So that's a person who is, to me, very dreamy. The moon also would represent a person who's highly intuitive, like has a deep connection to their inner knowing, their intuition. And I love that about you. I also kind of got the feeling that your person is possibly an Aquarius, or I'm feeling Aquarius. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this person's like a steadfast Leo. I don't know, but I feel like Aquarius. So first off, so like what I got from here is that this person is a bit of a fast thinker, meaning you, the person who picks this, not your person. You're a very fast thinker. I get that from the Ace of Swords right there, the one with the fairy on here. I love these cards. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of in a place right now where you're looking at this relationship in a long-term sense, because you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here. So like, you see your person as somebody who can provide this upright version of reality. Like, look at that. Like, this person, you see them being old with you. You see them having your children together, their children together. You got these little gnomes here helping out. Those are like little spirit guides in the background. Real cute. The dog. You just see having that like complete steadfast build up, like years of work, years of saving together, good financial planning together, like trust, feeling grounded together. You see from the outside that this person has the potential to be that. It's just the thing is that I feel like you don't trust that. So I feel like you're not trusting your intuition. You know, off the bat, just remember that you're a very intuitive person. Don't forget that about yourself. So anyway, yeah, you're racking your brain trying to figure out, is this person serious? Like, are they good material for the future? I think that you seem to care a lot about like, a good, stable, like financial base. Like, I think that you probably had experience in past relationships with people that just were not stable in any means. Like, they did not make you feel grounded. They didn't provide any kind of like security in the relationship like that. Like, you want somebody that makes you feel like, hey, we're on the same page, you know. And you're also the kind of person where, well, your person is also the kind of person where you both, when you're dating somebody, like, you're in it for the long run. Like, you're not just like hanging out, like seeing what happens. Like, and it's funny because like when I drew this card here, I actually smiled, and because I realized how much that they love you. And right when I pulled this card too, really cheesy music came on. Like, I'm listening to like bird sounds and stuff, and like, you know, that music you'll hear in like a nail place, but like this weird music started coming on, and it was really cheesy, and it was kind of like picture perfect, happy, cheesy music. But this person really loves you a lot. I think that the reason I said I felt like this person might be an Aquarius or might have Aquarius in their chart is because Aquariuses are sometimes hard to read. Like, it's hard to read like where their heart is at and their mind is at. Like, they're very, like, you know that they're marriage material, you know, because they're great at talking. They are well, just great at talking to everybody. Like, great at communication with you, great at communication with just like people and public and everything. Like, you know, and you think to yourself, if you're so good at communicating and expressing all these ideas and all these things, why are you not expressing to me how this relationship makes you feel or what you want? And I could see right here that this person, you gotta calm down. I'm sorry, you gotta just chill out, because this person, they love you. This person wants the Two of Cups with you. This person wants to wine and dine you. They want to take you on dates. They want to see you dressed up. They want to eventually get married. They want all the things that you have, and they're in this for the long run. We have the Knight of Wands here too, which also kind of makes me feel that, like, you know, this is the beginning of a relationship. They love you. And like, as you can see too in this picture, this woman is kind of like, she's got her candles out, she's like doing a little manifesting, you know, like she's got like the the support of spirit in there too, like with the little geckos there. Like this is I feel like this is a divinely supported relationship if you allow it to be. And I can see that here too with the Ten of Wands. Like that's a great sign. This is a yes. So if you're coming to this video because you're worried that it might not work, or if there's some kind of like red flag you should look out for, you know, maybe you had a lot of red flag relationships in the past, this is not one of those. And if you're worried about this person, like, having you right in front of them, like, and there being other options or other distractions, like other cups, like, as you could see here, like, this person's dreaming, you know, like, upright, this is not a good thing. Like, they have all these cups in front of them, like, they're getting drunk on all these cups, but, like, there's a spirit here, it's offering, like, the golden cup, like, the best one, the best option. This is in reverse because that's your biggest fear. This person is not doing that. They know that you're the prize. They want that with you. And I also think in the background, they're working really hard to make sure that you guys have that security to like really take things to the next level. And then you have the Five of Swords here. Like that's a victory. That's the truth. And when I placed it too, like it was overlapping these two. I think you're also worried about this person being a reverse King of Pentacles in disguise. They're not. Like the King of Pentacles, like I said earlier before, anything with the Pentacles like in reverse, like it's usually like not good. I think you're used to people in the past who are not grounded, not able to support you, whether it's like financially, you felt like they mooched off you a lot, or when it came to like your emotions, like they weren't very understanding and like you know, considerate. Like this person just wasn't very grounded. They were just like very in their head. Maybe, you know, you both had that in common, and that's kind of what like brought the two of you in the past. But we're not focusing on the past anymore. You know, it's time for you to like move forward, think about the future, keep this up front, you know, like let all those fears from the past like go away. This person's not looking at anyone else, and they're not a reverse King of Pentacles in disguise. They're not a secret jerk who is not considerate of your feelings. Like this person's very grounded. This person's intelligent. They know what they want. They know they want you, and they may be waiting for you to kind of like realize and trust them a little bit. So maybe that's also why, you know, you're not getting a lot of like emotional feedback from them. So it's not your fault, you know, like we all have these things. Like we all like, as I'm saying this stuff, I don't want anybody to get offended or like hurt or be like, oh, well, it's all me. Like, no, it's not. Like this person has, you know, may have like a bit of a setback with like communicating and romantic relationships. Like maybe they didn't have good partners either, you know, like everybody's got their piece, everyone's got their thing to work on, but like we're here to focus on you. Like we're here to tell you that your head is lying to you. They're good, whatever differences you have or whatever, you know, like scary things that came up from this person, from your perspective, like it's nothing to worry about. You'll be able to work through it, and you're able to change your perspective. This is what this is all about. And I'm like that too, where like we all tend to live in the past and like let it project onto the new possibilities in the future. And that's the only thing that like stands in the way of your manifesting. And I believe in you. I believe in you because you're a mermaid and a spiritual, intuitive person that I got from the moon here. And I just imagine you guys like in this like beautiful like dim lighted environment, and like you just look stunning. Yeah, so because I feel like you're a mermaid, I want to do a quick mermaid message oracle for you, and let's see if there's any messages that your higher self wants you to know about this relationship. Can you give me any messages for pile 3's higher self? Is there anything that pile 3's higher self would want them to know? Oh, okay. Perseverance, stay the course. There you go. Like, stay the course. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't project too much. Don't rack your brain going backwards into the past. Like, don't make any quick decisions. Don't, like, break up with this person and then get back together. Like, just don't, you know, just, like, persevere. Stay the course. It's going well, and this is gonna be a successful relationship. I could tell. I love this. I love this kind of love. And also, I wanted to give you a oracle from the Goddess Guidance. Let's see. What does pile 3 need to know to persevere and stay grounded in this relationship? What does pile 3 need to do to stay grounded in this current relationship? Oh, abundantia. Sorry if I just butchered that. Prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance onto you. Be open to receiving it. So yeah, that's pretty much like, this is a gift. This relationship is a gift. This is the gift that you've waited your whole life for. You probably did not have luck in past relationships. It probably closed you off, made you feel very damaged, or you felt like damaged goods. That's not true. This person, it's highly likely that this person probably felt the same way that you do too. You both have that in common. You're both kind of just playing it safe, but you're in love. This is a gift from the universe. The universe wants this relationship to work, and the only thing that stands in the way of our happiness, truly at the end of the day, is us, you know? Sometimes, you know, in this case, it's not one of those people who is just awful. Like, you did the work on yourself. They're not awful. They're wonderful. They're not gonna fail you. They're not gonna surprise you with any bullcrap or, like, messiness. And I'm happy for you. So, if you like that reading, give me a thumbs up. You can go ahead and subscribe too, because I'm going to be posting more readings just like this when I get the time. And make sure to leave a comment too if there's any type of content that you'd like to see as far as the topics of my videos go. But anyway, thanks for watching.